So someone asked me today what an ideal day as a speech language therapist or a speech language pathologist would look like for me. And I was like, that's a fun question. Wow, thanks. I haven't really thought of that in a really long time. So gosh, for me, I realize now that a great day would be a day where there's a lot of fun, where there's a lot of play, where it's a day of empowerment. It's a day where I get to work with children, with parents, with individuals, and I get to have them acknowledge like what their gifts and capacities are, and for them to really focus on that and play around and turn that up instead of focusing on everything that's wrong with them. I really love mentoring and facilitating classes with undergrads and graduate students so that it really like affects change for the future. I mean, those are the future therapists of the world. So when I get to guest lecture at universities, that's really fun for me. I love supervising other clinicians and it not just being me seeing a client one-on-one, as much as that's really fun and dynamic. Like I get to then affect all of the families and children and clients that they're seeing too. Like that's really cool. The one-on-one sessions are really fun, especially if like there's a lot of other children and other members of the family, so that there has this like rippling out effect, you know? Like when you get to work with a child and it's not just the dyad between the parent and the child, but actually like, oh, there's uncles and there's aunts and there's grandparents, and they're gonna talk to each other, and there's other cousins, and you can even get them involved in everything. Like that's super fun. And then you get to not just impact these two people in a really specific way, but everybody in that family and everybody that family interacts with from that point onward. Like how fun is that? Like I wonder if like we could even acknowledge even more how much we have this rippling out effect anytime we interact with any one person. It's never just this one person, right? It's like goes on and on and on. And that's a really fun part of my job. Really empowering people to choose for what works with them, and not trying to like pick and be like, oh, well, this worked for my brother, or this worked for my parents, or this worked for my grandparents, or like, oh, this is how this person learns, so this is how I should be learning. Like what really works for you? What really works for this child? And ramping that up and using that. Like what are their interests? What are their strengths? And really using that to our advantage so that they can add more skills that will help them be more functional in this world. And then therefore that they can contribute to this world even more. One of the things I really love is really focusing on what's right about a child, what's right about the parent, what have they already done that's working. I'm like, all right, now what have you been doing that's working that, you know, we haven't acknowledged yet? Cool. Now, what else could we do that you know would work? And really like empowering parents to know what they already know. And then instead of being like, oh, well, you did this wrong, and so we need to like fix this and whatever, like I don't come in fixing anything, like, which takes off so much pressure and is so much more fun. It's not about problem solving as much. It's like, okay, what works? What's gonna work here? What's possible here? How much fun can we have here, you know? And so like, I really love that. I love facilitating classes and having a bunch of people that all of a sudden get lit up because they're able to do something that they weren't able to do before. Be it say a certain sound that they weren't able to say before, you know, speak more fluently, express themselves, find their voice in whatever way that looks like, be it from like having better posture or dressing in a certain way that like is really fun for them, that you know, shows the world who they are, and that at least in those 10 seconds, and then they can change and they could choose something else and have fun in a different way. Like how cool is that? And in these classes, like people really they just shift. And it's such an honor to be a witness to that shift, to be a witness, to be like, oh, I don't suck. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I'm able to perceive the energy of this. Oh, I'm able to play with this and not take it so seriously. Like life, there's so much other things that are really serious and really downers, and just a lot of trauma in this world, a lot of violence and all the isms, the racisms and the prejudices and the misogyny and all that. And let's acknowledge that. Yes, that exists. And also, what could we contribute to change that? And when we really tap into what works for us, when we really tap into our gifts and capacities, what contribution could that be to the world? So anytime that I get to play around with those ideas and people that are willing to be the light that this world is asking for, that this world requires, it's so much fun. That's the day those are the days I really love. This is why I keep choosing to be a speech language pathologist, because there's so many different aspects of our job that we can play around with. There's the speech, there's the language, there's the feeding, there's the behavior, there's the learning, there's the connecting. Like, I love that I get to connect people, that I get to have people connect with their family members, connect with themselves, with who they truly are, with finding what's true to them, what their voice in this world, what they can contribute to this world, to change it, to make it better. Like, how does it get any better than that? So what does an ideal day for you look like in whatever capacity you'd like to talk about? Be it as a mother, be it as a therapist, as an educator, a business owner, a promoter, a world traveler, a writer, an artist. Just, what does that look like, and how could you ramp it up? What would it take to ramp it up and have even more fun with that? This was such a fun question for me to be asked today. I'm so grateful for the person who asked it. And and I'm going to be like, okay, these are all the things that I really like and are really fun. And what would it take to have even more of that with ease, huh? So have fun. Thanks so much. Bye.